Just within the past hour or so, police have begun removing some of the residents from the motel after they failed to meet a 4 p.m. deadline that was set for this afternoon for them to evacuate. But it's what the owner allegedly told some of those residents, which could have him now facing even more legal trouble tonight. And right now, police are searching for him. Matt Markham is following this developing story for us, and he's joining us now live in Colony, where he just spoke with some of those residents. Good evening, Matt.
And just within the last, I would say, 3 minutes, a car just went out behind me here from this hotel. Inside, there was a woman who was going over to her friend's house because she told us when she woke up this morning, she had no idea that she was going to essentially have to leave this apartment. She told me that the owner of this hotel, his name is Alex Patel, was collecting rent from her as recent as last week, and that as far as she knew, she wasn't going to have to leave this apartment. You'll hear more from her coming up at 11 o'clock. But for now, the investigation into what's going on at this hotel has really expanded. Even from when the owner was in court this morning, we were told that placards that were put on the windows here that essentially said this hotel on Central Avenue was unlivable had been removed by somebody. And like that woman told us, now there's an investigation from police into what the owner of this hotel may have told people who lived here. And you and I paid for this hotel to stay open. That's at least what we've been told tonight.
Treated it as a crime scene.
And this is the evidence. Photos of motel rooms with walls crumbling down, ceilings caving in, and who knows what oozing out of this electrical outlet. Colony Code Enforcement could only enter the Skylane if it had a warrant, which it got after one of the people living here injured themselves.
Mold throughout the building, unsecured heaters, no heat in the rooms, no water in the rooms, no running water. If you can think of a violation, it was there.
The owner of this hotel picked up more than 250, with fines in tow totaling up to $750,000.
Can't continue on the way it's been.
Town Supervisor Paula Mahan has made it a priority of perking up problem hotels along Central Avenue corridor. Some of the people that lived here had nowhere else to go.
You've got people that need a roof over their heads. The county's in a tough position because they're responsible for placing them. And we don't want to see anyone out on the street.
So how could anyone be put somewhere that looks like this? Especially since over a 5-year period, Albany County paid out more than $647,000 to the hotel owner. We place clients in hotels or motels with which we have an agreement after our contract shelter options have been exhausted, said County Communications Director Mary Rozak. Following state guidelines, the county must inspect residences like this one twice a year. Inspectors last visited the motel to do a random room check in August and did not find anything alarming in that particular room. Mr. Patel pleaded not guilty when he was in court in the town of Colony this morning. As far as I understand it, the police are still trying to contact him one way or another to ask him about the placards on the doors and also what he may have told residents here. What might be curious to some people is how no complaints really, or until just recently, no complaints had come into Albany County about this, and I was asking some people that were here on the scene about that today, and they said that it's possible some of the people never made a complaint who lived here because they might not have wanted to go to shelters. They might not have had any place to go. So unfortunately, as you saw the conditions in some of these rooms, this might have been the best alternative they had to going to another place. If Mr. Patel does leave this hotel to decay any further than where it is at this point as well, the town of Colony says it does not want it to turn into a place where kids could come and potentially hang out. They'll increase patrols by the police that they have already put in place around this hotel. They will continue to do that, and if they have to, it could be a long way away, but if they do have to, they will demolish this hotel, and of course, we'll stay on top of it to tell you any developments that may come out of this. And again, at 11 o'clock, you'll hear from that woman who now is looking for another place to stay for the next few days that will be bitterly, bitterly cold. Reporting tonight in Colony on Central Avenue, Matt Markham, CBS 6 News.